Alrighty guys, we're back for Rakdos Aggro, and this is a Lost Caverns of Ixalan standard brew, and I'm Red Cat. Let's go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, this was a special request from Ace MTG. Over on Ace's channel, they made a very similar deck, and I absolutely loved it, so I'm very happy to bring you guys my version of the list. I'll leave a link in the description to Ace's channel and the original video. Definitely go check that out and subscribe to Ace. Seems like a really cool dude. All right, so my version of the list has Deep-Cavern Bat. This is a 2-mana 1/1 flying lifelink, and when Deep-Cavern Bat ETBs, look at the target opponent's hand. You may exile a non-land card from it until Deep-Cavern Bat leaves the battlefield. We've been seeing this card a lot, and for good reason, dude. The main thing I want to hit with Deep-Cavern Bat is I'm seeing a lot of board wipes, a lot of depopulates making the cut right alongside Sunfall, dude. So doing my dandiest to prevent a board wipe for at least a turn, and then hopefully that's enough to go ahead and pile some damage through. My list also contains a Voldaren Epicure instead of a Monastery Swiftspear. Actually, should we go ahead and bring up Ace's list real quick? Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, here's Ace's list, rocking the 3 Bloodletter of Aclazotz, and actually in the final thoughts mentioned going down to 2, and I actually agree with that. So my list only has 2 Bloodletters. Now this is the big finisher of the deck. It's a 4-mana 2/4 rock and flying, and if an opponent would lose life during your turn, they lose twice that much life instead. So just the whole concept was essentially to go the mono red route, pile as much damage through as possible, then just have that big finisher with Bloodletter of Aclazotz, which of course is just a really neat concept, huh? Some other noteworthy things in Ace's list is actually the 3 Go for the Throats, of course, excellent removal. We got the 3 Lightning Strikes in Ace's list too, and all 4 Swift Spears. Now, another thing mentioned in the final thoughts was actually dropping the Spiteful Hexmage, which I agree with as well, so I went ahead and dropped the Hexmage for my list as well. Anything else noteworthy here? All 4 Monstrous Rage in Ace's list. I actually went down to 3 of these for mine, and outside of that, I went ahead and balanced the mana base, and I have a good reason for that too. So, all right, let's go ahead and go back to my list real quick. Okay, so as you can see some of the differences, I have Ob Nixilis the Adversary in here. This is a 3-mana, 3 loyalty, legendary planeswalker, rocking that Casualty X. So you could potentially get 2 planeswalkers for the price of 1. And honestly, when you're sacrificing one of your creatures, you're not too sad about it because, yeah, getting a couple Ob Nixilis down happens to be really good. We got that -2. Generating some devils for us, that's going to be good. When these devils die, deals 1 damage to any target as well. So got that -7. Target player draws 7 cards and loses 7 life. I don't know how often we get to -7 with the Ob Nixilis, but honestly, you never know. And if you have something like Bloodletter of Aclazotz on the board with that -7, yeah, it does say loses life. So that would be 14 damage actually, which is pretty darn cool, huh? Now, one of the MVPs of the list is actually going to be Goddric Cloaked Reveler, and we have a whole bunch in here to go ahead and activate that celebration, get Goddric into the air, and win just like Mono Red does it. So some of the ways to activate the celebration on this will be like Charming Scoundrel, also helping us mana fix for the Bloodletter. That triple black in the casting cost is one of the reasons why Ace had so many swamps as well, right? Making sure that you can actually get your top end on the board is essential in a lot of games. A button here from the mana fixing with Scoundrel and dropping that Hexmage, right? That's what it's called, the 1-mana Hexmage. Dropping that out and adding the Freebooter, I'm opting for more mana fixing here with those treasure tokens. So whenever Freebooter dies, you scry 1 and you create a treasure token. Nice. So hopefully we'll get away with a balanced mana base over here overall. Yeah, hopefully we don't get held up too much on the Bloodletter of Aclazotz casting cost. Now, some other interesting things with that Freebooter, of course, is opting for different removal. I'm trying out Annihilating Glare once again. The last few times I played with it, I was pretty split on it. But I actually think it's going to be pretty decent in here. It's a 1-mana sorcery speed, so sorcery does hold it up every now and then. As an additional cost to cast a spell, you may pay 4 or sacrifice an artifact or creature. Okay, so you could potentially just sacrifice the Freebooter, and again, it's mana fixing and ramp off the Freebooter, which is actually really good, huh? But you get to destroy target creature or planeswalker. That's something Go for the Throat can't do as well. And then you can also do things like sacrifice like your blood tokens too. So we have all 4 Bloodtithe Harvesters also acting as removal for the list too. Generating that blood token is going to be excellent. If you already have Goddric on the board, it is as simple as just dropping a Bloodtithe Harvester and boom, celebrate. And it's the same concept with Voldaren Epicure as well. 3 of them in here. More blood tokens could be excellent for the Harvester's ability, but also, again, yeah, like the Annihilating Glare, just get rid of a blood token. Why not? There's the 3 Monstrous Rage that I mentioned. We have all 4 Kumano faces Kakkazan. Yep, trying to do like the mono red thing in Rakdos. That's why the list was so dang cool. And yeah, why I was so excited to actually try out my version here too. So, man, thank you again for the special request, Ace. It's going to be very fun, huh? So some other cool things or additions in here. We have Hammerhand. Potentially, if you end up like curving out nicely, we only have 21 land. You end up flooding out a little bit even. It wouldn't be unheard of to drop a Bloodletter of Aclazotz and give it haste with the Hammerhand. So yeah, realistically, Hammerhand was in here specifically for the haste, but also like there's going to be moments where you're having a rough time actually removing an opponent's Shieldred, and it's just blocking like a little bit too well, right? So drop a Hammerhand, why not? Target the Shieldred, make it so that way it can't block, and maybe win the game that turn too. Also, cards like Hammerhand and cards like, you know, Charming Scoundrel with the Wicked Roll actually work really well with the Freebooter, because Freebooter ends up being like a card that the opponent really doesn't want to trade into. They don't necessarily want to block it either, because there might be like a weird scenario where you have open red mana. So they're like, oh yeah, they're just going to burn my creature if I block that Freebooter, and they're ramping too. So Freebooter ends up getting through often. So whenever you're buffing it with cards like a Wicked Roll or Hammerhand, or even giving it a counter off the second phase on Kumano, it actually ends up being pretty darn good, dude. And if you are buffing it up and getting damage through the whole game, and then the opponent's finally like, well, I guess I'll remove their 3/3 Freebooter, then yeah, you get that scry, you get that treasure token. Not bad. Now you can always use those extra treasure tokens on something like Shivan Devastator. This is a one of in the list. And it is a dragon, so it's going to work with our Invasion of Tarkir, which is also one of our pieces of removal, just 2 damage to the opponent's Swift Spear, for example. That could be really good. Flipping this into Defiant Thundermaw is actually easier than you would think, especially when we're just plugging so much damage through in general. And then also, like with that Shivan Devastator too, you end up having a board state where you're set up a little bit, and you already have Bloodletter on the board. The opponent's probably sweating. Well, drop a Devastator, just X's 3, right? Now, all of a sudden, that's a nice, chunky, flying creature in the air that's going to deal that double damage because of the Bloodletter. I'll tell you what, man, I think the deck can really plug damage through. Now, over in the mana base, of course, Abandoned Mire, Crucible of Defiance, rocking a Restless Vents. Hopefully, it doesn't slow us down too much. Yeah, I am running into a lot of board wipes, man, so Restless Vents could be the last couple damage that we need to get through after a Sunfall or something. Opting for more fast lands over like the Haunted Ridge. No honorable mentions this time round. Yeah, it's just one of those. It's just no honorable mentions. No reason in particular, huh? Let's go ahead, take this into some ranked, and see how we do. All right. Oh, right into that first game. Wow, nice, dude. 1 second. What am I expecting from the list? So I actually think I probably made it more janky on accident. Now, Ace's list was not janky. It actually did pretty well. But the route I took, first of all, this is probably a mulligan, right? Yeah, we probably should. Blood token can help us filter. No, we should mulligan. Oh, here we go. Much better. What do I ditch, though? Monstrous Rage? I should keep the triple land, right? Right. Okay. Oh, Blackcleave Cliffs. I almost thought that was a pain land. That was close. Yeah, get that down, because I guess you could see a couple more Blackcleave Cliffs off the top. And then those are the ones that you want to play, of course. I will get Invasion down, poke face, and start swinging at the Invasion. That's fine. Everything's fine, guys. Next turn, we're not going to see a land. We're going to see a way to deal damage, so that'll be good. Up the Beanstalk. Okay. Goddric off the top would be insane. Deep-Cavern Bat, that works. Okay, there's our third black source for the Bloodletter. Go ahead and peer into the opponent's hand. We have the blood token open, but I really... Oh, there's a Sunfall. Oh, there's a Go for the Throat. I guess it's go... Well, there's a Virtue. Everything dies. Let's take the... Virtue... Actually, let's take the Stomper. Deep-Cavern Bat's gonna die no matter what removal. I suppose I'll swing at the Invasion. I want to flip that, like, right after the board wipe, not before the board wipe. That feels a little awkward, actually. It's at 3 defense counters now. So now they can't ramp this turn, and they're going to have to just maybe keep the removal open. They do. Keep the Go for Throat open for Bloodletter when it comes down. So if that's the case, I am going to use this blood token, ditch the mountain, and eventually we'll see the 4th mana. Bloodletter is going to die to that Go for the Throat. So even if we... Oh! There's our second and a tapped land. Oh no, guys. Well, there's our 2 Bloodletters, so at least once one dies. Okay, so they take one of these out. We're getting this down to 2. That was... Oh! Oh! They saved the Go for the Throat for... I guess they're saving it for the Thundermaw, which I'm surprised by because, yeah, eventually Sunfall is going to land. They actually have the mana for Sunfall. We can't flip that Invasion before it lands, right? There's Abandoned Mire. Now we just swing face? Their Sunfall is going to be brutal, dude. That's going to be so rough. At least we have 2 Bloodletters. Abandoned Mire, I'm going to go ahead and keep that. Do we just, like, not? Do we just swing face for 2? I don't want to flip this. That also means Sunfall. Bloodletter means 4 damage, and it's still going to be Sunfall. I don't know, dude. Because, like, Atraxa's right around the corner. Just swing face awkwardly. We have Abandoned Mire open. Maybe we can grab something good off of the Abandoned Mire. Okay, now they go for the Throat on the Deep Cavern. Yep. Yeah, we should probably use this Abandoned Mire, see what we see. Maybe grab the Deep-Cavern Bat back and grab the Sunfall, which then they have Virtue. They definitely have enough mana to do the Adventure and the Sunfall on the same turn if they wanted to. Stomper blocks on the ground really well. Stuck between a rock and a hard place, dude. See what we see with this Abandoned Mire. Yeah, the double Bloodletter, I don't mind. It just feels a little awkward, you know? Bloodtithe Harvester. Okay, it's Deep-Cavern Bat, right? I'd say. More land. I guess I don't mind more land. I suppose if we go Deep-Cavern Bat, if we grab the Virtue, then it's just Sunfall. They get the Virtue back anyways. Leyline Binding. Oh my goodness, dude. So I guess Binding then, right? So that way they can't do it on this turn. At the very least, now they're going to have to activate things at sorcery speed. Deep-Cavern Bat can't fly in the air. What makes the Bat so darn good, dude, is just actually being able to play around stuff, or do our best to play around stuff, right? Let him flip it or block with Epicure. Might as well block. We're going to lose all of our creatures anyways. I suppose if we let them flip it, they would be less likely to drop the Sunfall. But, like, Binding's going to land anyways, too. So, like, what's the protocol here, man? This is a lot of removal to go up against. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. For 24... No, 21. For 21 land, this feels like a lot of land. Yeah, so they got the Binding, which they're going to do on this turn. And it's not like we don't... Oh. Am I missing something, guys? Atraxa. Hey, that wasn't in the hand a couple turns ago. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, guys. The opponent's domain build has definitely pulled ahead. If I was swinging anywhere outside of the invasion, if I flip the invasion, the sunfall is... I don't know if there's a way around this one. Definitely let me know in the comments. What was the line of play for us? Because I really don't know, man. Even if we see our main piece of removal that can actually hit the Atraxa off the top, we have to sacrifice... No, we could pay the 4. We definitely have enough land here. So that would be good, actually. Our removal that can actually hit Atraxa off the top would be fine. The big problem, of course, is they went ahead and restocked their hand. A second Sunfall. Oh, no. For Deep-Cavern Bat being in here specifically to take out Sunfall and everything, that's something to consider whenever you peer into the opponent's hand and it's Sunfall and 3 pieces of spot removal, and you're just like, well, all of this is going to happen anyways, so what do we do here? Still like the bat, though, because we had the chance to fly in, flip the invasion, too. Opponent is not here right now. I'm just over here rambling about the cards, but I suppose I should go ahead and pause the recording until the opponent shows up. Oh, here they are. Opponent, did you freeze, buddy? I feel like I'm running into a lot of people who are freezing. Yeah, okay, they can flip the invasion. they have instant speed spot removal. Let's see what's off the top and potentially give this to the opponent, as it might actually take them some time to actually finish up. More land. I want to see what they do when I play the second Bloodletter. Are they finally going to use the Leyline Binding? Am I missing something with this binding, bro? Am I? Why does the domain on the binding, when I like mouse over it, you see how it doesn't have anything? A little bit odd, right? I don't know if I'm missing something with that. I mean, they definitely have plains, swamp, forest, island. Oh, and here's their mountain. So they do have max domain. I guess there's just no threat, so why play it is what the opponent's thinking. I don't know, man. I like to run cards onto the table. Ooh, they can double down on the Archangel, actually. Okay, now one more off the top, and then we'll give the opponent the fun swing, because something tells me that when... Oh, Hammerhand! That could have helped, actually, at some point. Getting around the Stomper on the ground to flip the invasion when it was time... Wait a minute, hold on. You go, Atraxa. There you go, buddy. And you can't block. Okay, now Atraxa is officially haste, flying, vigilance, death touch, lifelink. GG, opponent. GG, buddy. The domain builds are still really solid. Now, if we were just straight up mono red, would we have been able to be fast enough? Probably. Our hand was like weird. We drew very odd overall, right? I feel like we did. Let's see if we can go ahead and get better draws in the next one. Because I'll tell you what, if we were playing normal mono red and we drew as odd as that, I think that still would have been the opponents. They had a lot all the time. They were going to get some life gain with some of that removal too. Ooh, yes. I like seeing 1s and 2s. This is what I'm talking about. Oh, hello there, Scoundrel. Much faster hand than the last one, but we'll see, we'll see. Because the opponent went first here, and they're rocking Jund colors, which looks disgusting already. All right, here we go. Let's plug that Wicked Roll onto the Freebooter. I was thinking, should it have been Treasure play second Freebooter? I'm thinking no. If it was, like, and they drop, like, Brotherhood's End or something. Oh, they just pass it. When do we play around a board wipe is the question. And when do we get this invasion down and try to flip it too? Our only piece of removal, potentially. Okay, I'm going to go Scoundrel. And this time I'm going to go Treasure. and consider that second freebooter. And we're only considering it for now because we don't know what the opponent's going to do to this swing. So they are going to remove the freebooter. That's that's more ramp for us. And we get the scry and the wicked roll. Goddric. Yes, we'll keep that on top, dude. Heck yeah. Have the 3 and we go... We make sure we have 4 so we can get Goddric into the air next turn, right? I think so. That's the 4th mana for the opponent. Not 100% certain what we're up against. Goddric. Possible that Goddric immediately gets picked up by a Go for the Throat. But I think it's still worth. They dropped the nice. Thank you, opponent. There we go. It's up in the air. Swing for 6. It's going to be Crucible. Block on the ground, dude. Well, at least we're getting 4 through in the air. But those are really good blocks for the opponent. 1 Crucible for 2 of our Scoundrels. 5th mana comes down. Burn down the house. Oh, no, guys. We should probably keep the mana on top, right? We gotta go, dude. We gotta go. Is it gonna be... We got 4 mana. Harvester, Hammerhand. We go Scoundrel. Yeah, like, when do I focus this invasion? You know? That's 1 extra damage if we do it like that. We go Harvester, Hammerhand. Onto the Harvester. This is good. This is good damage, dude. It really is. Scoundrel can't block. Opponent drops us another dice. Invasion's only 2 damage right now. Cruelty. Oh, no, guys. Well. Connoisseur, discover 5. Bitter Triumph. They're going to discard here for sure. Oh, no. We're in trouble. They discarded an Atali. My goodness. Goddric. Goddric doesn't get in the air this turn. We can't swing into a Connoisseur. Maybe if I would have prioritized this invasion early on, if I would have, that burn down the house would have done even more, right? So I'm going to set up Goddric and hope for a top deck that actually gets Goddric into the air. Because a full swing here means 3/3's blocked, 1 gets through down to 4, and the Invasion of Tarkir obviously doesn't hit for 4. Cruelty of Gix. Bro. Wait a minute. How does this work? Okay, they're going for the bottom. Oh, that was just their second one. I was getting a little confused there. Like, what's happening? So they bring back the Atali that they discarded. Another Connoisseur off the Atali. They go ahead and discover 5. Dude, opponent is popping off. We are in desperate need to get in the air with this Goddric. Oh, go for the throw off the Connoisseur. Oh my goodness. We'll take the 7. Dude, we're dead next turn unless we get something huge. A land isn't it. All right. I'm not sure what we can see, but we're going to get rid of... Wait. Any other 3-drop? Ob Nixilis. Ob Nixilis doesn't do anything either, though. But it is a 3-drop. Scoundrel. Is that all 4 Scoundrels for this game? I think it was, actually. Oh, we could have discarded that land again, but like I said, we're dead next turn to the Trampling Dinos. 2. Now, that was our 3rd Charming Scoundrel. Man, good game, opponent. That was wild stuff, huh? The double cruelties. And then also actually finding a hit. Actually, yeah. Hold on. Hold on, guys. If they wouldn't have found removal with the Go for the Throat, Goddric would still be on this board state. And then we ended up finding Scoundrel, which of course brings the Goddric into the sky. With a wicked roll, that would have been game. Dude. GG opponent, huh? I guess we needed a little bit more luck on our side. Although we don't know what the opponent's deck consisted of either. It could have been like, like all removal except for dinosaurs, you know what I mean? Except for dinos and cruelty. This is still fun though, so far. A little bit of a rough time from the first couple opponents, but I think we can still get there. Quite effectively, actually. We go first. Yeah, anything in the air could have helped out in that last game, but maybe I should have prioritized that invasion a little sooner. Maybe it was invasion after the first board wipe, and maybe that could have helped. I'm going to keep the Abandoned Mire back and actually just take the damage. Hopefully, this doesn't look like mono red or anything else that's super aggressive, so hopefully maybe then the Abandoned Mire just happens to be utility land in that mid game. Or late mid game, honestly, with Abandoned Mire. Freebooter is not a great target for, like, well, I guess bouncing it back is pretty good. Charming Scoundrel. Okay, no utility. That's okay. At least we're not taking extra damage this time. I might actually start with the swing and see if they decide a Fading Hope on the Freebooter. I don't think so, but you never know. Okay, 1 through. Let's get that Deep-Cavern Bat on the board. See what's worthwhile hitting in the opponent's hand. Give a look-see here. Oh, it is mono blue. Well, I suppose Fading Hope. Everything's terrifying here, but I guess Fading Hope, right? That way, like, they don't have Haughty Djinn for a couple turns at least. And if they do play Haughty Djinn on turn 3, they're risking a removal, so it's probably going to be a turn 4 play. Okay, they play their second island. They have 2 cards in hand that we don't know about. Deep-Cavern Bat. Could be Scoundrel Treasure, do a little bit more this turn. I think it's going to be Deep-Cavern Bat before the swing. That was a good draw. Here into Mono Blue's hand. What you got for me, opponent? What are those 2 cards over there, huh? Impulse. 1 Haughty Djinn. Without a successful... I guess it's Impulse. So they were wondering, do we use the Impulse before? And we're going to keep the Monstrous Rage. It's a little awkward. I wouldn't mind plugging more damage in now. But the Monstrous Rage is going to be a surprise. Your Haughty Djinn is dead after a block or something. You know what I mean? So... And like I said, if they go turn 3 Haughty Djinn, they are risking removal. Other than that, like getting Wicked Roll onto the Deep-Cavern Bat, anything like that could go the extra mile. I just go Treasure to make sure that we have a bigger Devastator when it comes time. They do risk the Haughty Djinn, especially since they have 2 of them. And then a trade with the Monstrous Rage and Bat is 2 of our cards for 1 of their Djinns, which isn't terrific, so just more normal removal would be much better for us. Oh wait, it's not a trade. It's not a... It's... Yeah, what am I saying? The Monstrous... What am I saying? Monster Roll gives +1/+1 too, so this Haughty Djinn is only a 1/4 right now, luckily. Okay, that's good at least, right? So what we could do then, we can actually go Wicked Roll onto one of these, still have the Monstrous Rage open, full swing, see where they block. Right? They might just take this. If they take this, do I still go Monstrous Rage for the turn? Yeah, it's only 5 damage, guys. They might just take this. On the edge of my seat. They try the Deep-Cavern Bat. Monstrous Rage. That's pretty good for us, man. One Hottie Djinn out of the equation. The 2/2s in the air are sweet, but this second Hottie Djinn is definitely going to be able to get up to a 2/4 easily, I'd say. Okay. Scoundrel. Another Wicked Roll full swing. Or Treasure set up for a 4/4 Devastator. Let's do it that way. They still don't know the last card in hand. And since we're going Treasure, they should assume something. So maybe they take this damage and wait for the Hottie Djinn to actually get a little larger to make sure that the Deep-Cavern Bats at the very least die. They do end up taking this damage down to 6, guys, and we have that Shivan Devastator for next turn. As a 4/4, the opponent needs something amazing here, because we went pretty wide too, which is kind of Mono Blue's nightmare. I do find that they have some trouble with go wide strategies. Come on, guys. Getting there against Mono Blue will feel so good. And then, like, Deep-Cavern Bat's actually doing a thing this game, too. That'll be pretty sweet. Yeah, this time round, they were anticipating, like, another Monstrous Rage or something, but... like, a Wicked Roll wouldn't have been too bad either, because at least when the Wicked Rolls hit the graveyard, the opponent loses 1. I think they're in trouble, guys. They need something great. They need like a couple Fading Hopes or something, and we're sitting on one right now. So they go Fading Hope number 1 on the Deep-Cavern Bat, and then they have the second Fading Hope open, maybe for next turn too. Opponent is thinking, or they left the building. Either way, I'll go ahead and pause the recording until they show up. Opponent did not show up, but it did pass back to us regardless. I suppose we stick to the plan. 4/4 Devastator. Let's do this, man. Any amount of damage getting through is totally fine. It lands. That means no counter spells, or the opponent's just not there right now. Oh, no. Opponent, what happened? Did you freeze? It's possible. I feel like I'm running into a lot of people who are freezing, actually. Usually if somebody's salty, like, they're still there, you know what I mean? Like, they'll drop, like, emojis and everything. Or whatever these are called, stickers. Well, it does look like the opponent is no longer there. Restart real quick, opponent. I believe in you. You can load into the game in time. Yeah, benefit of the doubt, right? Like, you never know. They easily could have froze. Yeah, GG. Well, hey, I'll take the victory, man. They're hard to come by sometimes, for real. Now we're about 33 minutes in. We definitely have time for another match. Let's do this. Hey, Platinum Tier 3, let's go. Just casually chilling at the bottom of Platinum. Right where I like to be, you know what I mean? It's a good spot. Not a bad spot. One day for you guys, I will sit down and I will do my dandiest to rank up. But man, the back and forth can be really frustrating sometimes. And I definitely just like playing. Just playing to play, you know? I feel like that's how it should be, honestly. Just play to play. When it goes first. This is not a bad hand, right? We got our turn 1. We're not taking pain damage from it. Turn 2, we go Deep-Cavern Bat. A little bit of pain damage, not too concerning, especially with that lifelink. Especially if we need like a lot of lifelink off of that Deep-Cavern Bat. I mean, the opponent is going first here, so we could be up against Mono Red or something. But like Monstrous Rage onto the Deep-Cavern Bat's pretty gross. Ooh, Frontliner. Yep, we'll need some lifelink, that's for sure. I'll take that block if the opponent offers it, but I don't think they will. They can bring Frontliner back from the grave is why I'm thinking they might, but I don't think so. Thalia slows down those Monstrous Rages pretty good, man. Had we gone first, the Deep-Cavern Bat probably would have hit the Thalia. That probably would have been like the best target, right? Maybe not. We have a lot of creatures in here. Let's see what we see. Okay, well, the double ossification is pretty rough. They do have the 3 mana for it. If we take Adeline, it's ossification, take the bat. If we take ossification, it's ossification, take the bat. So I guess it's just anything, right? Let them keep their double ossification since they're taxed at least from the Thalia. Either way, bat is a goner. Now on our turn 3, nothing's getting around that Thalia right now. Ossification, take the bat, Adeline's back in hand. Second ossification in hand too, so we got to be prepared for that. They do swing with Thalia, luckily. Maybe we can get some swings in too and try to keep up pace. Charming Scoundrel. I'm just gonna go... Well, double Charming Scoundrel wouldn't be too bad, right? We go Treasure Token, then Wicked Roll on the second one, go wide a little bit. But I don't think so. I think I'm gonna go Wicked Roll. We'll plug that onto the Epicure. Either trade here is totally fine. Same concept, both are 1/1s once they're established. We're up against a deck list that bounces back to hand. Oh! They want to keep the frontliner available. Okay. Yeah, because there was no chance of like Monstrous Rage since Thalia was on the board with only 1 mana on our side. Thalia's probably swinging, and it might just be Adeline for the turn. They still have 1 mana available too. It still could be a 1-drop. It is. It's a frontliner. They go for the swing. They buff the Thalia. We block the frontliner, get one of them gone. They bring it back next turn. I don't know about this. We could just block the 1/1, then they still have 2 frontliners. Next turn, at least they'll be paying to bring the frontliner back. No great swings into the Adeline anyways. Let's just take the 5. If I'm gonna outpace them, then we might need more creatures on this board. Okay, we do have double Monstrous Rage if we want. Probably only need 1 for now. Then we die next turn. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, dude, we're dead. We got to keep 1 back. Make sure we chump the Adeline. Or they block with Adeline and we're good to go. Let's do this, man. Keep the Scoundrel back just in case. Just in case they decide not to block. Oh, no. Okay. Okay, well, we'll get some extra damage through, get the Scoundrel down, and probably go Wicked Roll. Either way, it's going to be chumping the... We can't chump the Adeline, guys. Ossification picks it up. Oh, crap. I just died. It is my fault, because I full swung. Oh, crap, guys. Well, I guess that's that, huh? Might as well just go Wicked Roll. Other than that, we could have went Scoundrel first. Yeah, we knew they had the second ossification is the problem. They just go 3 mana, pick it up, full swing, easily 11 damage with that Adeline. So I needed to keep 1 extra blocker back. Yeah, that's what I get for being greedy, man. Good game, opponent. That one, you know, don't blame the deck there. Definitely blame me. Yeah, they get 2 buffs on the frontliner. So, okay, hold on now. If I would have kept 1 chump blocker back, let's think about this for a second. So 1 chump blocker back, and maybe that card in hand, like they spent 3 here, so it probably wasn't going to be removal. It could be like, what is it, Lay Down Arms, right? That was a possible, no. Yeah, the Thalia taxes that as well. So if I would have kept Scoundrel back and they took the damage, they'd be at 8 because that's 1 less damage to their face then. We would have had the Monstrous Rage still. The ossification, the big Scoundrel. We chump Adeline with the other Scoundrel. And then, yeah, we technically would still be in this. We'd have one more top deck. Like I said, they'd be at 8, though. And Adeline is still vigilant. So if we swung with 2 Epicures, one roll goes away. So we'd want the Wicked roll to go away. Yeah, dude. And then it would come down to our top deck, too. Crap, man. There was a chance. There was definitely a chance in that one. Guys, 40 minutes in. I was going to let that one be the last one. But the games have been pretty fast overall. And I feel like we can totally end on a high note with this one for sure. Feels decent overall. Feels like we have a good variety of options when it comes time. In all of those matches, you can definitely see why Ace opted for 3 Go for the Throats, right? So far, Deep-Cavern Bat's having a rough time because like the opponent always has multiple removal spells in hand anyways. When it goes first here, that's scary to say the least, but it's a keepable hand, I would say. Restless Cottage, oh boy. Oh boy, let's go. We gotta go fast. I wish we would have went first here. Hammerhand and Bloodtithe Harvester happen to be quite the pair. I'm gonna keep those around for now until we have enough mana for that. I guess Deep-Cavern Bat. Alright. Down to 19. Let's see what's in the opponent's hand. Ooh. Well, here's another example of Deep-Cavern Bat having a rough time. We take a Glisa, they have another Glisa for next turn anyways. So maybe it's just like Sheoldred instead. Roaming Throne. Roaming Throne call Phyrexian? Oh, buddy, that would be sick. No great swings there. They just end up blocking with the Scrap Gorger. Oh, maybe we should have swung before playing the Deep-Cavern Bat. We potentially could have cheesed 1 damage through, guys. Although I think they would have taken the block. But you never know. We do have red in here, so maybe they would have let it go through. Might need to set up that treasure with the Scoundrel. We do have the swing in the air. Glisa's going to be rough. Hammerhand's going to be really good against Glisa. I'm just going to set up with the treasure. No great swings, man, on the ground. So, going in the air with the bat. Still got that one open. Yeah, with First Strike, Death Touch, there's not a lot you can do until a Glisa's dead. So, Harvester might be a way to take it out of the equation, but then again, they have the second one here, so 4th mana Roaming Throne. Roaming Throne has Ward, too. Bushwhack. Oh, crap, dude. Oh, no. This is going to be, Golgari Fight, huh? With their 4-drop. That's totally what this is going to be. Oh. They decide just to exile with Scrap Gorger. They're going for a swing here, too. Yep, I'm just going to take the 3 down to 18. At this point, I think they're in a good position to actually keep up pace with us. Until we see our 3rd. Like, I'd love to see Bloodletter of Aclazotz do a thing today, too. Up to 18. Alright. Greedy Freebooter. Not great. Dude, look at the opponent's hand. I'm so scared of that. Once that Sheoldred hits, too, we're in some serious danger. Yeah, mana off the top if it was like a black source getting that Bloodletter down. I apologize, opponent. I am thinking. For some reason, even with just 2 mana, we do have a lot of decisions here. Gotta keep Hammerhand as a surprise, I'd say. Freebooter's a great blocker. A little bit of ramp for the turn, too. Let's start with the swing. Start with the swing. Okay, Freebooter. We can still get there, guys. I totally believe in us. So Freebooter, block, get a treasure. So even if we do see a mana, actually, then Bloodletter Hammerhand on the Bloodletter would be ridiculous, dude. Okay, Sheoldred comes down for the turn. Go for the swing and probably the draw on the Glisa. They go tap the Scrap Gorger. So we definitely want to chump, no matter what. So no draw means no life gain. We're going to take the Shieldred out of the equation as a blocker next turn. Haunted Ridge. Yeah, we should take it. Haha, treasure. Did we just win? Guys. Guys. All right, here we go, here we go. So we're down to 15. Haunted Ridge, first of all, right? 1, 2, have the treasure. No, we won't have Monstrous Rage open, right? This is still worthwhile. This is still definitely worthwhile. Hammerhand on the Bloodletter. Take the Shieldred out of the equation as a blocker. Full swing, go, 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 go. Double that, down to 3. Dude, for a second, I thought we were going to have open mana for the Monstrous Rage, so I was like, oh yeah, we just won with that Monstrous Rage. Tail Swipe gets rid of the Bloodletter. We're going to be able to do 5 damage, guys. Because they gained 2 off the Shieldred. Oh no, they're going to gain another 1 off of the Sunslayer. But maybe they keep a blocker back instead. Probably not. That's right, they get to draw 2, so they're going to gain 2 here total because they lose 1 from the Sunslayer. Oh no, guys, oh no. And they do keep that Shieldred back. Back up to 8. Oh, crap. The Shieldred ability activates twice because of the throne as well. No, guys. If only we saw that 1 extra mana earlier, too. Okay, here we go. Down to 9. Devastator. Not bad. Not bad overall. Like, this, like, it wasn't bad, was it? It really wasn't. Shieldred's a problem, dude. Shieldred's been a problem all the time. At every deck we build, we're just like, oh yeah, Shieldred, we got to take care of that. Hammerhand really did a thing today, man. Oh, we're dead, guys. We're we're out of this equation because they just do all that next turn as well. Oh, we do get to take out the roaming throne though. We don't have enough to take out Shieldred here, but with throne gone, oh, they have a tail swipe. Crap, dude. Okay, so Monstrous Rage fizzles out. The opponent's deck actually looks really sick. We do have Harvester down to 6. They have a terrific full swing here. I bet Harvester doesn't even survive. Yeah, a little bit more mana for this game, and I think we could have gotten there. So maybe we got to talk about going up to 22. We only have 20 bushwhack. Anyways, we only have 21 land in here. Final thoughts? Yeah, I think we gotta potentially bump this up to 22. Which actually, I think Ace's deck list had 22 already. Good game, opponent. For the last opponent of the evening, we'll go ahead and drop the Chandra. Yeah, the double life gain from each draw. So they lose 1, gain 4, so it's 3 off of each draw. That's something else because of that roaming throne. GG. Don't look at that deck win rate. That's nothing, guys. That's a lie. No. 20% win rate today, guys. We had a rough time. Let's go ahead, hop into the final thoughts. You guys will have to let me know if you enjoy that I brought the deck tracker back, or maybe you just despise it. Let me know as well. Okay, Rakdos Aggro. Here's the deck list again, guys. All right, so few things. I actually really liked the Deep-Cavern Bat. I feel like Deep-Cavern Bat had a rough time today against those matches, right? I feel like every time there was something to grab, there was just like an alternative in the opponent's hand. That might happen every time though. That's the problem. So is Deep-Cavern Bat still the pick? Maybe. I actually don't know. As you saw, Deep-Cavern Bat isn't in and of itself an aggressive card, but what ends up happening too is the fact that it flies in the air. Like given it rolls, Wicked Rolls, Hammerhand, extra counters off of Kumano, Monstrous Rage, all of that happens to just work really well with Deep-Cavern Bat, and especially with that lifelink too. You never know, up against specific aggro decks and stuff, that could really just pull you right back into the equation. Maybe we drop 1. Maybe it's 3, right? And Invasion of Tarkir didn't do as much as I wanted it to either, and that might have been my fault. There were some of those games where like maybe I should have been focusing Invasion, or some of those games where maybe I shouldn't have been focusing Invasion. So hold up now. Maybe we go down to 1 Invasion instead. I still really like the concept of having this card in here. Of course, one of the important factors there is the fact, I don't think I went over this when we went over the deck, is the fact that it is a permanent that enters for the Goddric's Celebration, but it also is removal or just pinging the opponent's face too. So that's kind of the concept of the Invasion of Tarkir, or at least that's what I think the concept of the Invasion of Tarkir was originally for in this build. I'm not 100% certain. Anyways, I could see dropping down to 1, drop down to 3 Deep-Cavern Bats, and then you have 2 spots. Did we see Annihilating Glare today? Well, that's embarrassing, guys. I could also see dropping one of these. Go up those 3, go for the throats. I don't think that's going to hurt anything. Now, the big problem here, too, is in Ace's original list, they had Monastery Swiftspear. We do not. And so when you drop a go for the throat and Swiftspear's on the board, you're dealing extra damage. In this one, not so much, right? So that's a tough decision, dude. Yeah, leaning into the creature side of things, I definitely made the deck jankier. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I ended up getting unlucky, though. You guys will have to let me know in the comments for sure. Either way, thank you again for the special request. I went ahead, I commented on Ace's video, and then on that comment was a reply essentially saying that they'd like to see what I could add to the list. And I don't think I added too much, honestly. I do think it was cool, though, overall. And I do like cards like Epicure. I like how that works with Annihilating Glare. And actually, I think the big thing here is I really like the Freebooter edition. I think this card's actually just terrific outside of builds that don't even sacrifice. I think it's just solid. I think it's good all around. That being said, I think it's particularly good in this one because, yeah, you can just drop your buffs onto it and then the opponent's like, okay, fine, I'll remove it. And then boom, treasure token. And now you can dump your hand onto the board or something. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, I actually really like the Freebooter edition. Thanks again for the request / like suggestion. Again, Ace, your deck list was awesome. Really loved it. Guys, and again, down in the description, there will be a link to Ace's channel as well as the original video too. Definitely go check that out. Definitely go subscribe. Either way, hey, if you made it this far into the video, y'all are champions for real. And I will see you in the next video.